I preach about poverty a lot. Christian poverty is a very important thing. On the other hand, you could interpret it to be Christian riches, how to be rich. But the Christian way, there's a way. That thing can never own you. And you dare not stash it up, except God say, keep it for me, keep it for me. When the time comes, you tell you, take it and use it. But you understand you're a steward of money. That's the only way to relate with money and be safe and alive. You're a steward of it. You don't own it. It doesn't own you. There's no owning. You see it as, God, this money you kept here is there as long as he doesn't tell you to do anything. When he tells you to do, you say, yes, Lord. You don't look at the amount and say, I want to sustain that level. I'm looking at increasing that by double. You don't do any of that. That's how you relate with wealth. That's how you relate with wealth. It says, I need that thing, even if it's something you own. This thing, it's mine. I like it, lovely. If he tells you tomorrow, they need that thing in the other room, you go, sorry, I liked it, so carry it now. That's how you relate with property. You will survive. You relate to property, money, any other way, it will own you. It will take your soul. Because that's the nature of Mammon. I've told you stories of Mammon in visions that we've seen. Mammon is not your friend. He's a demon prince. High level. Very high level. It's a ruling power. So when they try to take out example preachers, they try this, they try that. You stand out. You don't want to stand out. You don't want money. You don't want to fall into sexual immorality. The enemy knows. If you see where they sit and plan these things, it's you that think things happen randomly. Nothing happens randomly. It's deliberate. Sit down. Say, what are you guys doing with this? Why have you not taken him out? Huh? It's like you don't know your work. Real agreements are these people. Your name is called. They discuss things. Take out the idiot. What do you need? Say, I need reinforcement. How many? 1,000 more demons. Now, do you think those 1,000 demons, when 1,000 demons come for one person, one demon used to make you stumble before, then they send 1,000. What do you think will happen? But how many of you know it's not now that you have to now fight 1,000? No. You enter the secret place of the Most High. It's an approach to warfare. Oh, you have to pray double. You have to pray triple. Not necessarily. Except that's what God says you should do. I want to show you this. Chapter 37 of Psalms.
The salvation of the righteous is from the Lord.
He is their stronghold in time of trouble. The Lord helps and delivers them. He rescues and saves them from the wicked because they take refuge in him.
Have you seen that? Who is it that does this? The Lord. The Lord. The salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. Now go to chapter 34.
This poor man called out and the Lord heard him. He saved him from all his troubles.
So what's the process for being helped? First, you called out. Do you notice he's a poor man? That troubles you. Every time I talk about money, people look slightly troubled. If you, sometimes I feel like comforting people, but at the time, when I talk the way I talk, I believe what I'm preaching, but I'm not poor. So it's hard to explain. It's like understanding that being a Christian, you suffer, but you don't seem to suffer much. Knowing that God doesn't want you to follow money the way most Christians follow does not make you poor or wretched. I don't know. It's just that the mindset I have, if anything happens, my life will go on smoothly because I already carry a proper mindset. God doesn't look down. You know all those things where people say, and this is why most people struggle in your mind. If I agree with that thing, the spirit of poverty will now latch on me. I've now chased away my blessing. If you hear the way I preach about money, you'll be afraid. Some of you won't come again. If you hear me preach about money, probably you run. You say, this man wants us to be wretched. But I've been preaching like that for years. I preach like that when I have money in the account, 10,000 or 4,000. I preach like that when there's 400,000. I preach like that if there's 4 million. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change. The circumstances of my accounts and my life have nothing to do with what I say about money at any given time. David was super rich. All that temple of Solomon, he provided the material. Have you ever even thought of accusing David of being rich? It does not occur to you that David was loaded because of David's focus. Solomon came and focused on money after a while and became a merchant, buying and selling horses and trading non-stop. So you hear about his money because he was extravagant. David, you don't know the shape of his throne. You know Solomon's own. But David funded the temple in the main. That's the kind of Christian I want to be. Who wants to be like that? That money could be all around, but what's your own? Gary to eat or sip. clothes to wear, bed to sleep on, a few things. You're doing the will of God. The rest, you're just a custodian. Lord, what would you have me do with this? Help those people. Okay. Lord, what will you have? Sponsor. Okay. Lord, that's how then you have peace. So you can be a custodian of millions, hundreds of millions, tens of millions, billions, for all I care. But it has nothing to do. Your head is not bigger. You're not prouder. You're not hanging out with more wicked people because you want more money. That's what makes many people wicked. They are company because you want more. So you're keeping company with wicked people. Don't be deceived. Evil company corrupts good manners. So you're no more okay because you've been keeping evil company. This poor man called out. He didn't say this rich man. And the Lord heard. The Lord never looks at what you have to respond to you. Are you hearing me? So why are you so concerned about poverty? So you have the number of the commissioner of police. Can he save you if your house is surrounded by IPOB? Can he save you in 1 minute? Can God save you? So whose number should you have? What folly to be boasting about contact. So what? Can they preserve you alive? Riches and wisdom are a defense or a shelter, Ecclesiastes says. But riches do not preserve the life of the one who has it. That means only wisdom does that. And who is a wise son? The one who gives joy to the heart of his father. Are you hearing me? A wise son gives joy, brings joy to the heart of his father. I'm encouraging everyone here. Let's finish what we're reading.
The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them.
Listen to me. If you have the angel of the Lord protecting you, who remembers how many angels protected Jerusalem in the time of Hezekiah? Who remembers Sennacherib and his army? How many angels did God send? One. How many people does he say killed? 185,000 people died. How many weeks did it take to kill them? One night. You know all these things though. People of God, you're going to decide who you want to be connected to.